Communication is a process by which information is exchanged between individuals through a common system of symbols, signs, or behavior. Communication fulfills three main functions within an organization: coordination of effort, transmission of information, and sharing emotions and feelings. Coordinating helps us work toward the same goal. Sharing information helps us work efficiently, and sharing emotions bonds teams and unites people. There are three categories of communication: verbal, written, and nonverbal. In order to use any of these methods effectively, one must be able to identify and overcome the common barriers to communication, such as filtering, selective perception, information overload, poor listening, and cultural differences.
Filtering is when people withhold or twist information, especially negative or unwanted messages. This can also happen when a gatekeeper fails to pass along a message and therefore fails to give a complete picture to the receiver. For instance, a manager that is unwilling to tell a superior about negative sales in fear of negative responses displays filtering. To prevent this fear of sharing bad news, upper management should reward employees who share all news, good or bad. Selective perception is when we unconsciously filter what we hear and see to suit our own words. We do this unconsciously because we are constantly bombarded with a lot of stimuli, so we pick and choose certain aspects to focus on. This can create misunderstanding when communicating. For example, when a teacher is giving instructions in class, a student can focus on only certain parts of the assignment that appeal to them and miss the information given by the professor.
Information overload is when we receive more information than we can take in. This is becoming a significant issue as technology plays a greater role in our everyday lives. Information overload can hurt efficiency, creativity, and mental well-being. A classic example is simultaneously having a conversation and reading or responding to emails or text messages. Now on to poor listening and how to improve. Listening is the most important in communication. Alan Gulick, a Starbucks Corporation spokesperson, said listening can improve profits, claiming that if a Starbucks employee misheard one order a day, the company would lose $1 billion annually. To diffuse tendencies to mishear, Starbucks promotes active listening. There are 5 rules to active listening. 1. Listen for message content. 2. Listen for feelings. 3. Respond to feelings. 4. Know all cues. 5. Paraphrase and restate. Starbucks implements these rules by creating a code that helps employees focus on keywords of size, flavor, and use of milk. To paraphrase and restate, the maker of the drink says the order out loud.
Words can be misunderstood if the sender and receiver do not share common experiences. A sender's words cannot communicate the desired meaning if the receiver has not had some experience with the objects or concepts the words describe. Cultures also vary in terms of the desired amount of situational context related to interpreting situations. People in very high context cultures put a high value on establishing relationships prior to working with others and tend to take longer to negotiate deals. Examples of high context cultures include China, Korea, and Japan. Conversely, people in low context cultures get down to business and tend to negotiate quickly. Examples of low context cultures include Germany, Scandinavia, and the United States. We have reviewed why effective communication matters to organizations. It may break down as a result of many barriers that may be attributed to the sender or receiver. Therefore, effective communication requires familiarity with these barriers. In the cross-cultural context, extra caution is needed given that individuals interpret words and actions according to their unique set of cultural norms. In addition, developing active listening skills may improve communication.